Cops are doing helpful work like that pretty much every day, all day long.
Is there anyone at team or near team that can go to 4?
Our deputies, as I mentioned, our deputies out in patrol are you're all good there? My beard's coming along good, huh? Really? I'm looking sharp. See ya.
Still can't get used to that.
Yeah, it's a different world.
Yeah, the St. Paul just changed their policy to allow facial hair within the last, what, few months?
Yeah, you know, when I came back as sheriff, it was a big issue. It had temporarily been approved.
Male and female by the Jarvis Park entrance, 1853.
Well, before...
69. Male talking in the background.
We got a lot of calls.
530 York.
The call flow started to pick up.
Address disconnected. Male and female arguing in the background. Call back. Said told them to get away from her. Disconnected again. Feeling it's told about harassment.
Channel 3. Anyhow, my point about the beards is I'm more of a traditional person, so I didn't
Just be advised, per previous OSP violation calls, the address.
Didn't really sound. Can't get through there. I wasn't excited about either, but here's what I found out that that people, it's a softer image, and we needed to improve the image of our softness, and actually the public finds police officers and deputies with beards to be more approachable.
I was going to use that same word. That's what I would guess.
Yeah. So,
I think County's going to be out with those parties at Lake Jarvis County Park.
So that's why I approved them. Beards.
Someone was yelling at somebody else about harassment.
You know the address?
It was 530 York.
530 York. Got some serious road blockage out here in Maplewood, Minnesota.
Yeah, there is. You really have to weave your way around.
What was the call on Prosperity there that those two cars were at?
Three and six.
Not finding it.
You can clear this out. Assisted with Sheriff Fletcher and retired St. Paul PD.
There, Pat Scott got a mention on the St. Paul radio. Can't beat that, Pat.
Well, there's some people saying, geez, I thought we got rid of him.
A lot of cars out.
Yeah, there are.
$44.47 a month.
Aldrich Arena.
64.
So I saw my first hockey game. I think I mentioned that before in 62 or 63.
When you get a chance, can I even call Dana, please?
Johnson High School playing there, the infamous Shattuck, Groupie, and Hughes line.
Thank you. You do the 7.
It's pretty amazing. Haney Rental. Rented a lot of stuff from these guys. Highly recommend them. Good people.
9133. Medical.
Haney Rental.
If you can't find it there, it probably doesn't exist. You don't do that sugar-free stuff, do you?
No.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, can you just get a 1 pack of Twinkies? Just 1 pack of Twinkies.
I was going to surprise you.
Oh, that's fine.
286.
And the other thing, I had never really seen the Woody Harrelson zombie movie. But somebody sent me a couple of the Woody Harrelson clips in Zombieland, I think it was. Turns out he's a big Twinkie fan too.
Yes,
He
is.
went after the last Twinkie left. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance, Google, YouTube Woody Harrelson Twinkies. Woody Harrelson Twinkies. There's some good, some funny videos.
It's pretty funny.
Good to know I'm in good company. So, Mountain Dew and a Twinkie. Are you going to go for Fountain Pop?
I was going to get...
Can you get me a fountain?
You want a Fountain Dew?
It's always got a little...
Fountain Dew. Hey,
Fountain Dew.
Play on
Fountain
words.
Dew. There you go. We might stop out to the patrol division too here, because the patrol division out in Shoreview is having some burgers cooked. Get some real food on the way too. Thanks, Donnie Rendell, Sergeant Rendell, for letting us know. While we're here, I just got some. I'll take a look at some of the text to 651-448-3810. 448-3810.
Didn't run Hazelwood and Sherwood.
So, questions about encryption. I'm not a fan of encryption.
To make a difference.
Not a fan of encryption. We have several channels that are encrypted. We can always go to an encrypted channel. But I just think in terms of accountability...
Injuries. It's going to be northbound 35 west. 2-vehicle crash.
Hang on.
It's going to be at mile marker 25. I'm showing that north of County Road D Delta. Callers of passerby not involved. Crashes between exits 25 and 26. Northbound. Fires being advised.
I just think the ability for the public to have information about what's going on in their community is critically important.
91.
Just looking at a message here. All right, so that's why I'm not a fan of encryption. I think it's important.
The group is mostly back at Aurora, McCubbin, St. Paul. Strike 1 and Strike 2 and myself will be clear. If you got a CN for this car procession, you can mark that advised.
Copy 1900.
So I got want to wish Jim Shaletto a happy birthday. Or Jill, pardon me, Jill Shaletto. Happy birthday, Jill Shaletto. Your friend says you're the best. And thank you for letting her know about this program. She works at Freeway Towing, I think. Freeway Towing. Jill Shaletto, we're going to try to get a stolen for you to haul away. Thanks so much. Caller wants to know why the calls hold. The calls are in holding because there's just not enough cars on the streets to go handle all the calls. Let me see. Yeah, I got a request for Ron Nafla and Ty Sheridan to be the ride-along partner from Victoria. Those are both great commanders. Ron Nafla brought him out of retirement. Ty Sheridan's been here for years.
656 Parkway. It's marked in progress assault. 3 females and 1 male are in a vehicle throwing bricks at each other.
Oh, here's one I want to answer. Don Husengay. Yes. I worked with Don Husengay when I got assigned to the A1 team. He was on the day shift. I was on midnights. I'd see him every single morning. Wonderful, wonderful guy, that Don Husengay. Officer, he just, let me just see what, used to walk the beat. Yeah, he was out there on the street all the time. And I know Brian Coyle, who I coached football at Hamlin, ended up being married to his daughter for a period of time. So this person says he's his uncle. But both Brian Coyle, of course, became a commander at St. Paul Police Department, did an awesome job. Like I said, I coached him in football. He was one of the only players ever to win the Jerry Smith Award for Courage twice. So, but I just can't say enough good things about Don Husengay, Officer Don Husengay, and some of the great memories that I had working with him. Got some people from outstate saying they're appreciating the show. I don't have any more information on the assaults down there on Pinehurst. I'm working on getting that. Hopefully that case will get solved. Got a request to stop by a couple places. We might do that later on. We'll try to stop by the Best Sober House on the east side. Thank you for all your work. Yeah, John Christensen, thank you very much, John. Thanks for the reminder about... Oh, pants back in. No. My wife texted me and said I should have been happy with just the bottle pop, but any connoisseur of Mountain Dew will tell you that, yes, the bottled Mountain Dew is good, the can's okay, but the fountain pop is something special.
Hey, 196, rain spot's copy. How long do you need?
Oh. Had to wet my whistle there, Pat.
Hit the spot.
I did. And they're having we might grab a burger out at the patrol station here. They're cooking burgers outside out there.
Oh, nice.
And it'd be good for our viewers to see our patrol station.
Vehicle's not driving away southbound on and there's still female standing on the corner.
Great deputies working patrol.
She drives with a tank top and black pants. We also
Yeah, very proud of the department we have. Like I said, we get some of the fewest number of complaints, well, the fewest number per capita of any department in the state of Minnesota. 250 sworn deputies, another 200 correctional officers. And the Minnesota Peace Officers. Sorry, I'm choking on the Twinkie. It's that sponge cake.
2361
They keep track of all the complaints. I don't know if you saw the story on the complaints at the Minneapolis Police Department, but some of them didn't get turned into complaints. But just it is the Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Act. There requires persons to make a signed complaint. So if you do have a complaint, I think your door is open. If you do have a complaint and you call, they'll take your information, but they generally will send you a document in the mail to sign. So the sergeant can certainly counsel the person on if they're acting in a way you didn't think was appropriate. But if you want an official complaint registered that is potentially results in discipline, you have to sign a complaint. And that's right in state law.
Copy, thank you. 1906.
That bridge we just went under, I'm gonna do a U-turn real quick. Hold on, Pat. I gotta show you the bridge.
2481.
I'll tell you, there's different crimes that haunt your past experience.
I'll give him a call.
But this bridge at Gateway Trail over White Bear Avenue, and then maybe you guys can help us solve this. But several years ago,
373.
kids, well, I'm assuming it's kids, people threw rocks off the top of this
Female passenger courtesy ride
and blinded a driver. The rock came through his windshield and hit him here.
Oh, wow.
2364.
They never were able to solve this crime. But it's been 20 years now. By now, I hope the person has a little bit of remorse and guilt and has told somebody. But if you know anyone that talked about throwing rocks off this Gateway Trail that resulted in the blinding of it was a big rock. We're talking a large rock that as you're driving, it comes through your windshield, hit him square in the face. But I could look up the exact time and when that happened, but it's one of those crimes that gnaws at you because it's just such an evil thing to do to people. Gateway Trail on White Bear Avenue, here by the Maplewood Community Center. And unfortunately, some of those things, they go unremembered, and we should never forget those victims.
Completely senseless.
Love to solve that, you know. Probably the statute of limitations has actually expired because the person didn't die. They were just blinded. But it'd still be great to bring closure to that particular case and maybe help the suspect in that clear his conscience too. So
yeah, you would certainly hope that they feel some guilt over it, and maybe coming forward would ease that guilt.
I know that there's no comparison between the cases, but the Jacob Wetterling, case just haunted so many of us for years, and it's ironic because we're just by Home Depot here, but I used to run into Patty Wetterling here, and you want to give her a big hug because it's the toughest thing to go through when you're missing a child and you want closure, but then when you get closure, it's tenfold as tough. It's that was one of the worst cases ever. And sadly for us in police work, so often we have leads and we think we know who it is, but we're not able to. We're not able to push the person to the point of confession or to gain the evidence. But that suspect in that case was known at the time. One of the morals of the story is, for those types of crime, there's only a certain number of people that commit those crimes, and they do them more than once. They do them more than once. So if there's a suspect that has a history, as there was in that case in a different town, or a suspect, trust your gut. It's not just because you can't tie them positively to that. You just got to keep working the case because there's a limited number of people that are that evil. Young cops need to know that. I mean, that's the one benefit of having time is time and time again it ends up being somebody right under your nose.
Yep.
600 600.
Same people, time after time.
We're out of Maplewood there, north on White Bear. We're going to stop by the patrol station. Sergeant Don Rendell let the guys know we'll be there, and it'll be live. Probably won't have any audio, of course, but have them look their best.
Because the sheriff is coming.
Yeah. And Jim Dunlap, one of our sergeants out there, every once in a while does a little cookout for the troops. And today was the day that they did a little cookout for the
GOA,
troops.
you can send us to recovered property.
Little things like that are so huge for morale and the camaraderie.
Yeah.
366.
We used to play back in the day. We used to play
softball.
softball. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday morning? Do you remember?
I think it was Tuesday.
Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock. You'd work till 7 o'clock, and then you'd either stay awake or get up after 2 hours and go play softball against rival teams. Every team had its own softball team. And then Lee Klein, God rest his soul, was a sergeant that coordinated this whole thing, and we had some great competition between the 6 different teams. So everybody would play one game on Tuesday from 10 to 12, and then have some food or burgers, or
453 has been updated to a
on
50.
occasion go to an early opening of a bar.
A little bit of day drinking would happen now and
Yeah,
then.
once in a while. But those were some of the greatest times we had playing softball against. And it was all shifts would get together. And then, you know, Lee would put an all-star team together, and that all-star team would get to drive or go to tournaments around the country.
Yeah, our team won a lot. The St. Paul PD team in the national tournaments.
4041, clear assist.
Well, we're going out into the suburbs. We just left Maplewood. Now we're prowling under White Bear. We haven't been out here for maybe any of this time. We'll get back into the city too, but as long as the call load is quiet, we'll just get out into the suburbs a little bit. I just think the criminals are, you know, they rather watch the show than go out and commit crime.
I think that's it. If we rode around on Facebook Live all the time, we could bring crime in St. Paul and Ramsey County to a screaming halt.
So we did get some texts back at that last stop. Someone asked about the Gideos. Love the Gideos. Great lunch stop for us at the sheriff's office. Mancini's is open for lunch too, so kind of pick between those.
2365.
This occurred in Little Canada. If you can change that, change it to a verbal dispute, that'll be clear assist.
Yeah, both long-time institutions, Mancini's and the Gideos. I've never had better lasagna than the Gideos.
Yeah. Backfire?
I think so.
Yeah. Sounded like a gunshot. Gunshots and backfires sound a lot, but there's an older pickup going by.
2525
I
White Bear.
didn't see any muzzle flashes at all.
No.
But
I'm sure that was out of the truck.
Yeah.
Copy, verifying your code 4.
Paper.
But I did duck for a second.
Copy, 1915.
County Road E and
Can I have you head back 280
Right there.
Road colors? Same color from before is called back stating that that beige sedan is parked out, protruding, partially blocking the driveway.
we gotta take a little drive through Vadnais Heights, town that's special to me. I got to serve on the city council and serve as mayor. And
3920.
great town, great staff there at City
Keystone
Hall.
36, crossing Greenview. Find a silver sedan, not stopping. And in disregard, I lost it. Speeds were about 90.
Oh, eastbound 36 at Greenview.
Copy, eastbound 36 at Greenview for a silver sedan, not stopping.
I don't know where
Speeds
Greenview
about
is.
90.
I have no idea where Greenview is.
Maplewood, Clar.
3910 copies. Are you in pursuit?
Oh, it's North St. Paul.
Negative. Just attempted a traffic stop.
If it's North St. Paul and he's eastbound.
Did you get a plate in air? Negative. I've got multiple pedestrians waving me down right now. I'm going to check the area.
Silver sedan. What did we just pass there? What's the name of that bar? The
Sports break? Sports break?
they call it Sports Break now?
I think that's it.
Used to be, what did it used to be called? It bothers me that I can't remember. But anyhow, across the street here, we get into Vadnais Heights. The Vadnais Heights Sports Center, which
3920.
has just been renamed in the last 2 weeks as the TCO Sports
Verify
Garden.
the cross for 36. Greenview's not coming up.
Yeah, she'd come up.
3920, you can just
Stadium bar. That's it. Stadium bar.
Squad 2365. 1917.
6-5.
Stadium was the most recent,
Sending
but if
you
you
a
go
phone
back
call
further.
request in regards to a PCN, comp would like to speak about a previous bird report.
So now that Vadnaside
6-5,
Sports
copy.
Center is called the
Thank you,
TCO, Twin Cities Orthopedics Sports Garden. They bought the naming rights.